Some people become light because life has been gentle to them. Others become light because it hasn't. Today, I want to tell you about someone who chose to turn pain into presence, and in doing so, became a steady light for others. Welcome back to Light Bearers. Hope Lit explores faith in Scripture. Here, Light Bearers explores how faith looks when it puts on shoes. My friend Lynn's story is not dramatic in the way that headlines are dramatic. It's dramatic in the way that real life is. Her young daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the tender age of 3 years old. If you've ever walked that road, or any road that rewrites your sense of safety, you know what comes next. Fear, vigilance, exhaustion, and 1,000 questions no one prepares you to answer. Lynn could have turned inward. She could have become guarded. She could have focused solely on survival, and no one would have blamed her for doing that. But instead, she chose something else. She chose to turn outward. As Lynn learned to navigate that world, doctors, devices, emergencies, late-night worries, she noticed something. Other parents were standing exactly where she once stood, overwhelmed, unsure, afraid they were already failing. So Lynn sat with them. She listened, she answered texts, she explained what she had learned. She stayed present when the learning curve felt impossible. She didn't offer platitudes. She offered companionship. This is what light looks like when it refuses to rush past suffering. Lynn never positioned herself as an expert above others. She became a guide alongside them. And she did this not because it was easy, but because she understood the terrain. That kind of light doesn't blind. It steadies. It says, you are not alone. I've been here, and I'll walk with you. This is Hesed in motion, loyal love that stays when it would be easier to look away, when it would be easier to step back. There's something else about Lynn that matters. She didn't let hardship narrow her compassion. It expanded it. She made room for people in conversation, in crisis, in everyday moments. She carries warmth. She carries humor. She carries faith that is accessible, not intimidating. Her life quietly says, suffering does not disqualify you from being light. Sometimes it's what teaches you how to shine. We might be tempted to imagine light as something effortless, but Scripture tells a truer story. Light shows up where it's needed most, and sometimes the people who carry it are the ones who know real darkness firsthand. Lynn didn't choose her hardship, but she chose what to do with it. And that choice has steadied more people than she may ever fully know. I'm one of them. Not because I have a child with type 1 diabetes, but because Like all of us, I have other hardships, other burdens that I bear. And she has been light and love to me consistently. The kind that steadies, that helps bear the load, that shares the love of Jesus, especially when things are hard. So here is the Light Bearer's Hope Lit question for this week. Where have you seen someone who turned pain into quiet compassion? And how did that change you? This is what Light Bearers is about. Not perfection, not spotlight, but presence. So if someone comes to mind as you hear this, someone who showed up for you when life got heavy, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Because light multiplies when we name it. Please be sure to like and subscribe as these stories are blessing you. And I'll see you next time.